I love it.
Yeah, we're at 25 from yesterday. I figure we'll all meet in rehab next week.
So what's the buzzword?
I'm not hearing it.
I'm not saying it.
I'll triple that today.
I refuse.
All right, is there a motion to return to open session?
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right. So it looks like we've got the updated free fare estimate of needs. They did add that 5360 back in. It is in the capital line item. For some reason, there's a you know that thing whenever you have an equation and formula error.
Don't work out, right?
Yeah, there's one of those.
So, I mean, really, isn't it the exact same of what we had?
Yeah, it is. We were just looking at the bottom
Right.
and
Just
seeing that there
Make
was
sure, yeah.
off. So without objection, the chair will request the clerk's office to make the free fare updated estimate of needs part of the record. All right, I think maybe the best place to start will be revenue. I don't think we had that yet.
As far as I know, they're still preparing. Last time I checked. Check again.
Do you know anything about that, Jason?
Nope.
I thought that's why we were here.
It's like I remember yesterday. Oh, if it were only that easy, let's just throw out numbers.
We could have done that a long time ago.
We could do it. Exactly. $945.
Let's solve all the problems.
I think out there in Crutcho, you know, and the floodplain, that we need to start planting money trees out there.
You have any seeds for those?
No, but I have gotten beet seeds. I want to grow beets out there is what I wanted.
Why beets? For the beet juice?
For road
Oh,
crews.
you drank the juice.
I've been saying it for 10 years now. Everybody rolls their eyes at me.
About beet juice for the
Yeah.
roads?
Well, we can do one of two things. We can recess until something comes up, or we can kind of just generally talk about, say we have the revenues in front of us and the BET worksheet, just kind of the general consensus of which direction we want to go. Or we can sit and chat.
To your point, I mean, is there anything we need to carve that we know for a fact we're gonna have to carve out of the estimates that have already come in? I mean,
Like one-time type stuff?
yeah,
I really don't know. I was kind of hoping each department and office would offer that up. I mean, I haven't gone through, and I really try to find, remember how, I don't know if we had them last year, but when we made a recommendation both, you know, in May for July 1 and then in September
Yeah.
for the supplement, Danny always had kept really good notes, like almost like a little cheat sheet and of what the one-time things were and what was going on. And I couldn't find them for last year. Because I was hoping I could just look at those notes and go, oh, funded one time. But I think we're probably at a point time-wise, we just need to kind of maybe move forward and still watch for that for September. I don't know anything off the top of my head that would definitely need to be added and definitely taken out.
So I kind of think that, and everybody's mental process works a little bit different, but for me, I think we're at the point to where we need the revenue dollars to really be able to start looking. That way we know kind of what we're doing and the VET worksheet. So if we don't have those numbers, I mean,
There's nothing we can do at this point.
not yet, right? So I guess we can recess again until whenever, and then maybe while we are recessed, we can have Cassie send an email out to every department that has a general fund estimate of need and say, hey, are there any items that you're requesting above a flat budget that you need that funding to begin the year on July 1 and not wait till September?
Because we will need that for contract issues.
Because Christy, you had mentioned hoping that they would be back here so that we could ask them. I'm just thinking maybe doing that via email instead of having them in here. Are you
I
afraid that
wasn't
that's
saying
gonna
what do you
open the
need added
gate?
to. I was thinking,
Deducted.
is there something to be done?
Oh, okay.
One-time money from last year.
Because they should have enough money, unless it's a brand new
Yeah, they
contract.
should.
You know
That's-
what I
and
mean?
that's
They
what
should
I'm-
have
that-
enough money.
And that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
those one-time, or maybe it's not a one-time thing, but something that's new that is a contract that they don't have the money for. I don't remember hearing
I hate to
any,
open the floodgates a little bit
Okay.
right now. I mean,
okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's your,
Well, no, it's everybody's call, but I personally don't recall hearing anybody mention anything like that in
No,
their
nobody really
presentations.
has.
So,
I think it's good asking. We can just see what it might not produce anything, and then we can just.
Well, surely if it
I
was
just don't want to open
something
the
that,
floodgates like, oh, I want this, I want
right,
this.
and
Like,
surely if it was something that important that they would have made that known when they presented.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they did have the opportunity.
right.
I think the buzz has gone around too about pretty much the same as we've done the last several years, starting with the flat budget.
Yeah.
As far as statement of revenues, I've gotten pretty close to it, but when we're comparing it to the BET recommendation spreadsheet with all the estimated budgets, there's a difference between, well, the transfers that have been done for employee benefits and all that. That's the difference between what I have and on statement of revenue compared to what Jennifer has on a recommendation list. So at this moment, I don't feel confident giving that to y'all just yet, until we figure out where the disconnect is.
Okay.
How much time do you
Statement of
need?
revenues though wouldn't have, statement of revenues is like a standalone.
Okay.
Those transfers shouldn't have anything to do with statement of revenues.
Than we
Okay,
found. But
Okay,
when we look at last year's,
yeah,
the number that is down in the revenue spot, does include that, so did they
Revenue
just
spot,
add them?
on what document? Revenue
The
spot?
one you showed me yesterday, to
on
do,
the BET
where it has
recommendation.
the recommendation sheet, and then you
That's-
have,
That's the expense side. These are two
Right.
different, okay.
right, but there was a bottom number where you said the revenue would
Total
go.
sources available now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's your bottom line. This is one figure right off. So statement of revenues, you get a
Right.
bottom line and you
Right,
put
but
it
we
here.
need to-
That's all you do.
But when you take your department budgets plus your transfers, that's what equals your 120 to match up to your statement of revenue.
So you're saying if you're putting in
Yeah,
our
well-
budget this year,
Right.
it's not matching what we said we're,
Yes, when we're putting in the
23, 24
23,
budget.
24 budget, yes. And then we add in the transfers that have been done so far to date. That's the amount we're off, the transfer amount compared to what's been input on the 23, 24.
So you're doing the statement of revenues, you're coming up with, let's just say 130 million. I don't know what the number is.
Yeah.
Then you're saying when you load in the budget with the transfers, it's not equaling.
Correct.
But it's off by exactly the amount of transfers?
Yes.
yes,
Well, they're obviously been double counted somewhere then, right?
Yeah.
so where, I mean, that's
Well,
what we're.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out is
Okay.
where the disconnect is.
On the spreadsheet I did, it literally, I just loaded the budgets, I mean, there's no, and then I went to a transfer sheet and put those on there.
Okay. So the statement of revenues you're doing, you're projecting revenues for 24, 25.
I can always draw that.
This column is 23, 24. So the statement of revenues, this is gonna be what we did last year. It's the
Right.
130 something, right?
Right.
the statement of revenues that you're, I don't know who's preparing what, won't equal that.
Do we think
It's the
there's
revenue
a
for next
formula
year.
error?
This first column is this fiscal year.
Right. What I'm doing is, I'm going back to comparing last year's, how it was
That's-
done
I'm-
last year. 'Cause,
I'm over here,
Right.
and he's like,
you know, reversing your inheritance. And when I compare the statement of
thanks for
revenues
making me
to
so
what you have there, those sources of amount match to what's on the statement of revenue. Let me go print that out so you can kind of see
Okay.
what I'm referring to.
Maybe we can override on it a little bit.
yeah, can you make multiple copies so
Yes,
we can
Yeah,
look at it?
but
Thank you.
we're already here.
So I had all this stuff pulled off my patio last night to pressure wash and everything. It's about 10 o'clock and I was almost done. I felt bad about having my pressure washer going out there that late anyway.
Because it's loud.
Yeah. And I ran out of gas. And so I filled it back up and was trying to start it and didn't want to start. And finally it goes, boo! I mean, backfire so loud, it sounds like a gunshot. I thought the cops were going to. But I only had like, I only had like 5 minutes of worth of pressure washing left. Yeah, I had to, and I wanted the stuff to dry overnight, right? So, yeah.
Cody, do you live in Edmond?
No.
Okay, because last night on the Edmond, like all things Edmond Facebook page, there was someone commented, they were like, what are the quiet hours in Edmond? Because someone decided to mow their lawn or something in their backyard at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh.
I'll say Norman's 9, I think.
It might be, yeah.
Well, I've been told by some friends.
I think it's
I think as we get older, it
It gets earlier.
gets earlier.
Yes.
We had a band that lived across the street for a little while.
A garage band that would
Mhm.
practice.
Literally garage band, yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, if it's the kind of music you like.
It wasn't.
Oh. I mean, I'd be going over there hanging out. But if it's not, yeah.
There's an old saying, if it's too loud, you're too old.
I don't know, I think I would complain too about a garage band.
The biggest problem was that it would stir the dogs up. And so then they're just barking and so I just opened the door and stand out on the porch and look over there until one of them saw me and then they would close the garage door and stop.
Yeah, you would have like purchasings now.
So,
and
maybe
then
I'm gonna
well,
go over
and
that
then-
aspect.
So what I
If we
do,
don't have
so
any
we
one-time
have revenue
projects, we're doing a flat budget.
and we tie
Sure, we should have the same amount of revenue we got last year, right?
are struggling with is.
And I know that's a really uncomfortable way to do it, but
Because when we work
if we need
on
recommendation,
last year,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
so this
I know we
Yeah.
I think so too.
increases on cost.
I mean, we've got to,
revenue, right, this one,
We just want to
there's
have
no excuse at this point.
show money,
what
move
you
it
come up
around,
with
pay
as a
that.
I mean,
and what
That's why I said last night,
we no longer tie with that revenue. I understand.
Hey, and in all fairness, back to what I was saying, we're talking 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, not like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
oh, the garage band?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's way different.
This was.
I would complain.
I never complained, I didn't call the cops, I would just, when they
Oh, I
got
would.
too loud, I'd just open the door and go stand out on the porch and just look over there and when someone said
The
stop.
only difference that I.
No, I'd probably.
You just make your presence known.
Not like that.
Or just go out there and just cross your arms.
Do the dad look.
Yeah, he's already in the favor.
That's what everybody says.
So, yeah, you'll like it. I'm still working on the, I don't think it'll be a problem. I know.
So we're not gonna order any cars or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Tommy's out first week with the
This
camping
one,
trip. It was over summer.
We've
Then
never
he's
been
out
able
next
to
week
measure
to Washington,
what
D.C.
fuel
We'll
costs.
get us, but we'll get us right
So
away.
this right here is changed because the instructions we had told us to run units through the end of March. And that's what these numbers would be for everybody, which means we sent out the estimated needs based on March month-end data, which is what our video instructions told us to do. If we have to type that, then we're gonna have to
I
reopen.
mean, this is your
semester
bottom
meeting.
line. So this bottom line will be this. Now, how it's been transferred around within general fund,
I think that.
I mean, the bottom
Is
line
what's gonna
hasn't
happen.
changed since it's been. It doesn't matter, random, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So it just might be some stuff that's gonna be transferred around.
Well, and actually, our fees get that all, because I'd already done that.
Well, now, I mean, these transfers probably should be. Well, I think they're all, were
She's not even
done
also
in
here.
those.
This is the current.
We've done, we've done
To
the
get a
thing.
comedian was talking about the
Sorry.
hokey pokey guy. Yeah, I had problems getting the coffin because they put the left leg in. Did you hear that, Brandy?
Are y'all doing the hokey pokey?
Well, no, did you hear the guy that was talking about the guy that wrote the hokey pokey died?
No.
And they're having problems getting him in the casket because they put the left leg in.
Stop it. Stop it.
Lordy's.
It wasn't me, it's some comedian's deal. But I thought it was,
It must not have been very funny.
oh, I thought it was hilarious.
That was funnier than.
Maybe it was your delivery.
Was
His
it in
material.
pieces though?
Oh, yeah.
They already
Yeah.
had them.
I don't know.
One's
Oh,
23, 24, and
2
one's
years.
24, 25.
And these are just for peaksy sakes. We're not
Yes, yeah. This is
receiving these, we're just looking at them.
Okay.
I don't think so, because I think it'll just confuse the record.
We have receivables and
You like that?
Yeah,
Peaksy?
I like that.
That's the new one. And that's the previous year. But I don't know if these the same. 25.
Alright,
I got
so
you extra.
you should each have a copy of what was done last year and what we currently have for this year.
I'm missing something. I'm not sure. I think it's what you tried to do this year. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have this one for 23, 24?
Well, I brought it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't got it there.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what date. Nope, this is September. Yeah. No, this is- Yeah,
That's the same one.
24, 25.
Were there any extra copies?
Of the 23, 24. Yeah, you got it here.
I don't have 24, 25 of those.
Which one is that?
I'm good now.
Are you good now? Okay. Does everybody have a 23, 24, and 24, 25?
Both sheets.
Yeah, of both sheets?
Yeah.
I've only got the 25 of that one.
Okay, do you have the,
There you go.
is it 23?
Yes, that's it.
That's it, okay.
There are two of these. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Two of each.
Yeah, two of each, yeah, for last year and
Do you have a last year this one?
yes.
These are the ones I think for last year.
Yeah, it's got
I made like
24,
12 copies, what happened? Of everything.
Do I have extra of all of them?
Yeah, I think you do.
Taylor's hoarding down there.
I got hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I just really like hard copies of things, so I just keep all of them.
There you go.
One is not.
Okay, does everybody have two of
She's
each
hoarding
now?
ammo, making spitballs.
I think so.
Looks like it.
Okay, so if you look at your 23, 24 ones, on your BET recommendation sheet, there's a total where it has a bottom total for 123,01,716. And then if you compare that amount to your statement of revenue for the fiscal year 23-24, that matches your total sources available down at the bottom.
For 22-23.
For 23,
It
24.
Okay, we're here, I was looking at the
Yeah.
highlighted.
Under the amended column.
Yep.
If you look down, you have the amended.
Okay. But that's for 22-23, right? Is that what it's?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Okay, my bad. I worried about that.
Yeah, because that's referring to the 22-23 budget.
Gotcha, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Everybody on the same page?
Yep.
Okay. Now, like I said, we are reverse engineering and kind of going back to last year's how stuff is being done. So we're doing our best to kind of piece it together here. And based on when I did the statement of revenue for this fiscal year for the 24-25 projection, if you look at your amended budget column for fiscal year 23-24,
117,501.
Yeah, 117. And then if you look at the recommendation sheet for 24-25, the total there, Jennifer has as 130. So the difference is, of course, that transfer amount, that 13,155. So that's what we need to figure out where the disconnect is between what's going on now. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you're, it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so,
So we're looking at the 23-24 budget,
okay,
down all the way to the bottom here, you have your 130.
Okay.
But on your total sources available balance, which comes from the statement of revenue, at 117. If you take that minus the total, where we've inputted the estimated needs budgets, plus the transfers, that's the difference, because the difference is the transfers amount of 13,155 compared to what's on the statement of revenue.
for 23-24.
Yeah, 23-24, right.
So, what was our actual revenue on the revenue sheet for FY24? Where are you getting that off this sheet? Because I'm not seeing that.
Right here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
you're
slightly off.
Yeah.
I just want to know, okay, poorly,
Yeah.
exactly, okay.
So making sure, comparing to last year, making sure everything ties into each other is what I'm trying to make sure we all match up and line up to make sure everything is correct.
So we're saying that in FY24, we actually spent $130,657,000. That's what this sheet tells us?
Yeah. Based on what the budget estimate needs were, plus your transfers, yeah.
But I don't see how their statement of revenue is right. We work from that premise. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out is, the statement of revenue, that information is coming off the general fund that I provide on a monthly basis to the budget board. And then comparing that to what we have on the BET recommendation totals here is where the discrepancy is coming into factor that I have not been able to pinpoint just yet.
Okay, well, Jason, were you able to track down the deadline issues?
Yeah, let me look real quick, double checking though. Looks like the public hearing has to be on the 14th, which is a Friday at the latest. And the notice has to be published 5 days before that, so it needs to be published on Monday, the 10th, and then you'd have to have it to the paper 2 business days before that, which would be the 6th.
First day of June 6th.
And then however long it takes to prepare the So it goes in the paper.
So if budget board were to make a decision by the end of this month, as long as it's in May, we should be able to meet those deadlines.
And what decision are they making?
To
propose that budget?
Yeah, for July 1.
Am I understanding this correctly? The actual requests for this year are lower than what we were last year as a whole?
It looks like
Surely
it,
that
that's
can't
what
be
I
right.
noticed.
And as a whole, we're asking for less money from all departments combined.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
116,974, or 116,974 compared to 117,502 last year. Surely that's not right.
A couple of those would be adjusted once they're turned in.
Okay.
They're like VOCC, general government, those are based on the ones I did receive earlier, and I know they're different. So that is related. I think those are the only two that.
Do you know what those numbers are roughly? Don't know.
No,
Okay.
Well, I think part of that is, I could be wrong, but general government last year, when we did the estimate of needs, Kelly Thomas put in the trust's request that was like 40 million or 41, something like that. And so that was included in the general government. And this year, we backed it down to their flat budget, which is $9 million difference in the general government one. So I think that's a big part of the reason why the estimate of need request is lower this year than last year.
I mean, I'm just trying to work this out in my head. I'm just talking out loud. Maybe it'll spur something in somebody's mind. That $3.5 million that was from capital projects, was that anticipated on the revenue? Or was it, so would that have been the ARPA interest that we originally had?
That would be the ARPA interest transfer.
And we did take that into consideration, right? So.
That we're at right now, and doing revenue, that's where we are right now. That's why I typed it in, just to show that it matches this.
There's something
So
obvious.
there's something
It's
we
exactly off by the amount
probably
of transfers
Mm-hmm.
to the penny. There's something obvious missing here.
Because
It's a
it's
formula
two
error.
points down.
Yeah.
So there has to be.
I mean,
I got to.
You got it.
To the revenue.
Are you, you're saving money for later, right? Sure.
Yes, when you come back. Your daughter's running.
Can't believe she's graduating college. Man,
You're getting old.
I am. I have found that having adult children is more difficult than having adolescent children. The problems are bigger. My oldest son is 24, and Madeline's 22, and then my youngest son is 8, he'll be 9 in October.
I have a 28-year-old now, well, and some in between,
That's
like
what I-
there was 13.
Let me see, and I can get it on.
15 hours.
Okay,
This
so
girl,
walk me back down this road again. If
Yeah.
we're only projected to take in 122 million for this current year, FY 24,
This is.
how did we spend 130,000 or 130 million? Well, I'm missing something obvious there. So on the revenue sheet, it says what we project to take in total revenue for this year is 122, 172.
So after we've spent
How can we spend 130 million, we're not in the hole by anything else? I'm sorry.
I wasn't listening.
No, so-
Yeah,
I'm missing something obvious here, and I know I am, but, so on the revenue sheet, the most up-to-date one for this year, on
for
FY,
23, 24?
well, yes,
Okay.
so the one that's got the, 24, 25 projections on it as well. But so on the year-to-date projected FY 23, 24, that bottom line for total sources available is 122, 172, 828, right? So this document is telling me, this is a question, it's not gonna sound like it, but is this document telling me that the county for this column here for FY 23, 24 is every penny that we're taking in is gonna be this number here? Is that am I understanding that correctly?
That is what that
It looks
column
like
is
to me.
indicating.
Okay. Then there's no way we could have spent, there's no way we're gonna spend 130 million and not be 7 million in the hole.
No, I agree. So, I think the disconnect is, this amended budget is a lot bigger. This is the number of July 1. But remember, we did a September 2nd.
Right.
We picked up a lot of money. So this budget right here, amended budget, a lot higher.
Why is it not?
Well, we missed the September something, it's not figured in. We pick up a lot more money.
Right, I know, but
Yeah.
But why is it not already put in there? Learning curve, I mean, we got it, we're working
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys think you're kind of on the track now?
Yeah, what Chris is saying is,
Okay. All right, well, do we want to recess and give the clerk's office opportunity to
Which time do y'all
fix
need?
that?
if it's what Chris is saying, the document's already done, it's just a matter of getting it to the forward, and so that should only take us maybe, this as long as that's what it is.
That's good for me, I mean, we're already here.
I plan to be here till 11 today, and my schedule's pretty tight otherwise.
Kind of the same way. So are we gonna be able to get much done in an hour?
Let them have a little more time.
We can give it a shot.
Well, but
I mean, a little more time, like, maybe think of another day.
that's what I'm thinking as well. Because right now, we're looking at probably getting back here at about 10 o'clock, and that's if everything goes well. And I want you guys to have ample opportunity to double and triple check, just to make sure everything works right. And so, what schedules? If we have to, I guess I can try to work something out tomorrow, but I really need to be out tomorrow,
No, you really do need to.
so.
You need to be.
And you're out next week, right, Brandon?
I am, so I don't know, calendar-wise, but that's fine. Then,
Are you, well, Andrea will be available to be here.
yes, I think so. I didn't pre-ask her because I didn't really anticipate us running into next week, but I can ask her.
Will you be potentially available to kind of watch or be available via text? You won't be able to vote, but I wanna make sure that your office has input, that way it's not, you know, we get moving forward and you guys didn't have any input.
Yeah, I can ask them, I guess it just kind of depends on what day. Yeah, I'm out from the 12th to the 16th.
Okay.
If we fly out Sunday to DC.
We just go ahead and ask for another budget board to be scheduled the following Thursday, the 23rd.
Okay.
And that would just give everyone breathing room.
And what we
We
try
can
to
still,
come,
we can still do this little work without Brandon, but it wouldn't be finalized by our group until he gets back, that Monday or something that he's back.
Sorry about that. I honestly, I just didn't anticipate.
It's not your fault. It's
It's a weird one too, because as honestly an oversight of mine, I always feel like budget board is around that 20th, but there's 5 Thursdays in May.
Yeah, it's
So-
earlier,
so it
the
made-
16th.
It made a weird one.
yeah.
We actually, this year, I think we have an abnormal amount of those, it seems like. We have a
Where it
bunch
comes
this
early.
year where they're like that,
You know,
just weird. But yeah, you're right, that just seems way early to have budget board. So next week, then, Christie, I think you had mentioned something about being out Monday. What about Tuesday? Like Tuesday afternoon?
Oh gosh, I'm totally free. Tuesday, totally free. Got a lunch thing on Wednesday, but I'm free in the morning, free in the afternoon.
When is the room available on Tuesday the 14th?
1 o'clock, really. 1 o'clock on.
And what we could do if we're gonna do that is we could actually adjourn this meeting and have a special meeting posted. That way, it might make it easier for you to end the minutes on this. And then, you have the revenue projections that could actually be attached and everything, so.
So 1 o'clock Tuesday the 14th?
Does that work for everybody except Brandon?
We'll be here, Colton and I will be. We may have to switch out, but we'll be here.
Sounds good. Alrighty, we will, Cassie will send that out, and then we can discuss on Tuesday. Let's not forget, on the budget board, I will mention to them that we're still working on this, and, you know, we'll need a special budget board. Please, everybody, inform your elected official ASAP that we're gonna need a special, and that way they're not caught off guard. And then, on Tuesday, we can discuss if there is anything that we wanna, you know, say, we're not ready on the actual budget, but this is a recommendation that we're gonna have. If we have anything that we want to discuss on Thursday, we'll find out. I think there is an item, a recommendation from us on budget board that you were gonna put.
Yeah, it's the money for post benefits.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Those items are already on there, we're just waiting on the transfer sheets.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so is there, let's get a motion on, our agenda item, the policies and procedures, related item number 9. Is there a motion to schedule a special BET meeting on, I guess that would be May the 14th at 1 PM in the DOE room?
So,
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, anything else anybody wants to discuss before we get out of here? If not, citizens' participation, board comments, District 2,
No, thank you.
clerk, District 3,
No, thanks.
treasurer, court clerk, assessor, sheriff. I'd just say thanks for everybody that's participated so far. Clerk's office, I know you guys got a lot of work and that you guys have been doing. I appreciate it. Cassie, thank you. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
A motion second to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
enjoy graduation.
Thank you.
Fun.
Y'all want that